Hi, I'm Christmas with the PittsburghScene.com, and I'm here with Chris from the band Less Than Jake.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. You look great.
Are you gonna do some good? You look fantastic. You gonna do some good editing with this?
Yeah.
Like put some cool music behind it, and like do quick editing to make me look cool.
Definitely.
Because me sitting on a couch, this isn't gonna cut it.
So we are here in the lovely basement of the Alta Bar in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Less Than Jake gears up for their 20th anniversary tour.
It doesn't smell like vomit, urine, or bar smells down here. It actually smells pretty good.
So far, let a couple people take a deuce in that bathroom, and then we'll reevaluate that statement in about an hour. Cool?
I feel holy in the altar bar, though.
Well, are you doing all things holy inside the altar bar?
Absolutely. Always. Always, always. Did I mention the camera guy never gets any accolades? You don't even see, you never see the camera guy. He's behind the camera. You get all the camera time. You get all the FaceTime.
It's true. I mean, I need a lot of time for this ego.
It has to fester.
It's true.
It has to come to a boil.
It's true. He got a new haircut today.
Nice. Looks great. Looks great.
He's looking like a strapping young man.
Supercuts, $5.
So.
This is her first interview.
This is my first interview, and
yes.
He told me he was going to make this really painless on me.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
We're just talking amongst friends.
We're just talking amongst friends.
You have rehearsed questions,
I just wrote these on my lunch today.
Okay, perfect.
Let me just tell you, this interview was dropped on me last minute, and nothing was prepared. So I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, and I would appreciate it if you would just bear with me.
I will. I'm already bearing with you.
All right. So you guys have been a band since 1992.
Yes.
So, when you started this band, did you ever foresee yourself being in the same band for 20 years?
No. I mean, I don't think anybody ever, would say, yeah, in 20 years I'm going to be doing the same thing or the same band. We had no idea, but here we are.
Here we are. So, what's your proudest moment since you've been in this band?
Probably when my parents started speaking to me again.
How many years into it was that?
Well, I quit college to do this. It was a good, healthy 4 or 5 years where we didn't really speak too much.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
And then I flew them to England. They saw me playing in front of 80,000 people at the Reading Festival.
I feel like that's a statement.
Yeah, well, they thought their son was a rock star, so then they could brag to their friends. So then they let me back into the fold. So thanks, Mom and Dad. Love you, too.
Perfect. So on the flip side of that, what's the biggest debacle you've ever experienced as part of this band?
How long you got?
I have 49 minutes of battery life.
A lot of debacles have gone on. Every day is kind of a debacle. It's the same set of characters, the same cast and crew every day, but it's a different set of circumstances every day. You're pulling into a different town with a different set of locals, and so it's an adventure every day.
Cool. So moving on from that. Being in the game as long as you guys have, you've spanned several generations of fans now at this point. How has your marketing plans changed since you've been a band and you've been touring for so long? Are you still just doing what you do and hoping for the best? How are you gaining new fans while still remaining loyal and important to the people who have loved you their entire lives?
I think we do a little bit of both. What you just said, there's a line you straddle, and I like, as much as I like to say we don't think about it too much, we do. There is a plan, but being a band for 20 years, we also have realistic goals now. Like we're probably not going to be, on TV sandwiched between some sitcom with our song and stuff, or be on the radio. It's like those things are, are for the newer generation or younger bands and stuff. But, we keep our goals realistic. We reach out to the people that like us. We do, cool things for our fans, and we still tour a lot and make new friends. And there's new people coming out to see us all the time too, which is still cool.
Cool. So with all the time that you've been spending on the road, and you guys have been around each other for 20 years in vans and trailers and in buses and every other possible way, how do you maintain your sanity and your own life with it?
Oh, we don't. We're all absolutely batshit crazy. We're absolutely crazy. It drives you nuts. You're rolling around in a 10 by 15 Chinese rolling apartment down the road. It's like the most cramped living conditions, and you are with the same guys. And but at the end of the day, we still love doing this, and you make it work. So
that's great. So how do you?
I don't.
How do you personally deal with the stresses of touring, and how do you either successfully or unsuccessfully maintain the relationships in your personal life?
That's unsuccessfully, and I mean, it's hard. It's like we've spent the majority of the last 20 years away from home, so you do miss out on things, but it's also, I call us, the guys in my band, like, we're lifers. This is what we chose to do, and like we're still doing it, and so the things that you do miss in life and some of those moments, you can't get them back, but we chose this at the end of the day. So you make your bed, you lie in a pile of shit.
That's right. Are you confident and you happy in the decision in the life that you have chosen to lead?
Yes and no. I mean, I think that if you never question what you did in life, I don't know, like some people are like, no, I have no questions about my life at all. Like, yeah, there's times I thought, like, what if I did this, what if I did that? But at the end of the day, I wouldn't change anything.
Cool. So being the PittsburghScene.com and what we're going to be posted on here, do you have any favorite stories about Pittsburgh? I know that you guys have some songs about a gentleman from Pittsburgh. And
yeah, we know this guy named Cheese. He lives here in Pittsburgh. We've known him since we were kids and went to high school with him. So Cheese is from Pittsburgh. I know that you can get the greasiest fries in the world at the O. That's a good memory of Pittsburgh. We got in a fight with security in 1998 at the Metropole, which is now Club Zoo, I think, or something, or maybe it's something else.
Exit. It's something completely.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is now.
But yeah, what else about Pittsburgh? There was this group of Hooters girls from Pittsburgh that was following us around from like Pittsburgh to Cleveland. This is when we were younger. We were cool. They would like show up with like 300 wings, and in their Hooters outfits too. It was just kind of like.
It's not a bad problem.
No, it wasn't. But it was flattering, but it was almost embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was embarrassing when I put their outfit on and I was hanging out with them. That was really embarrassing, but that's my memories of Pittsburgh.
Those are good ones. I appreciate that.
Hooters, girls, cheese, and fighting at the Metropole.
So you guys have you have 2 EPs that you are combining together, Greetings and Salutations?
Yes.
Yeah, coming out October 16th?
You got it.
Perfect. Tell me a little bit about that. Why did you guys decide to put out one instead of Dose?
Well, we had the 2 EPs and we just combined them, and then we had 2 songs left over from those sessions that we threw on there, and we actually package it together just because it's something else to package together and put out. We always have different releases and things, and it's something to kind of hold us over. We're getting ready to start writing a new album later this fall. So
cool. And this is available on all formats, yes?
Yeah. I know that it'll be on CD. It'll be on vinyl. And it'll be free from your fingers to your computer to your whatever you're downloading it on. So.
What can we expect from you guys with this new record?
Same 3 chords, just a little bit different order.
Perfect.
And yeah, it sounds like Less Than Jake.
That's my favorite.
Yep.
I love that. I like when you are you.
Thank you. I like when you're you.
Thanks.
She's not wearing underwear, by the way. She told me before the interview started.
I'm not.
But I am.
Rarely. He's wearing my underwear.
Yes, I am. They're so soft. I feel one of my Easter eggs hanging out. Oh, wait, your name was Christmas, not Easter. Never mind. Interview's over.
Fucking done.
Edit.
Being someone who has chosen a life of touring and being in a band, do you have any advice for the kids starting out? Someone who not necessarily sees themselves having the longevity that you have, but just what can you say to someone to make them feel confident in their decision to be in a band right now?
I have known way better musicians than anybody in my band. Talented songwriters, men, women, that just never hooked up with the right people and the stars never lined up. There's a lot of luck that goes on with this too. It's a lot of talent and a lot of hard work, but you got to find the right other guys. I go up the road, Chris from Less Than Jake's playing tonight. Who cares? Nobody gives a crap. All these guys that like grab their acoustic guitar and go solo and stuff, like no one cares. It's the sum of our parts with our band. I hit the lottery with these guys. They're lifers. They want to do this. They want to go out and make music and so as far as a 20-year longevity and having a career that long, or even if you just want to do it in the short term, the other people that you're working with have to have the same goals as you do.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your.
Thank you for your time. And this is Pittsburgh what.com?
The PittsburghScene.com.
Hey, this is Chris Less Than Jake, and you're watching the PittsburghScene.com.
Thank you.